as we were just talking about a little bit earlier about the Housing Act, it has now actually passed without President Trump's signature, which is very stupid for him. That could have been a very easy win, but now he can't even, talk about it or even gloat about it. I mean, it was a great piece of legislation that helps out me and Muhammad's generations and takes out institutional investors from buying single-family homes. And those are the things that have been ravaging housing prices across the board. I mean, a $150,000 house in 2010, 2012, maybe like 2015 is now almost $400,000. The outpricing of housing is absolutely insane and extremely detrimental to our generation. And it's sad to see that a president that ran on, helping the small American, making America great again, didn't even have the gall to pass this legislation because he wants to cry just about this SAVE Act, which is never going to pass. Even though they did pass a version of it with the was the NADD, the National Defense Act. They added that
National
with the
Defense
SAVE Act.
Authorization Act, I think is the full name, NDAA.
Yes, they passed the two together, and it's going to be dead on arrival. It's going to need 60 votes. It's not going to happen.
You're not getting that in the Senate.
Because he pushed out individuals from his own party to put in individuals for MAGA, who will most likely lose their general elections anyway.
Thune is basically a perpetual, unless it's an actual conservative policy, that guy's voting no.
Yeah, he's voting no. I mean, he's smart too, and they have the thing about themselves and their own legacies. Now. Yeah. I mean, if I'm Thune, I don't really care. I'm like, Johnson, send whatever you want. You have to deal with that circus over there, not me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to deal with Lauren Boebert fighting for days, made them go on recess because she wouldn't vote on the rule because she wanted the SAVE Act originally included. So then they mixed some things around and at least they got it passed. But it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they know the whole concept of it is absolutely ridiculous once you start plugging in the numbers. And actually, it would hurt women the most across the board. Like, and it's not even getting an ID. It's proof of citizenship, which is a very much higher threshold and bar compared to just needing to get ID, which is perfectly fine. But as long as it's free, then it's for me, because that's the Constitution, no poll tax at all.
Yeah,
but I mean, honestly, even if the citizenship is very heavy.
SAVE Act does pass, if there isn't a fund in it for this exact situation of allowing Americans to, without cost to them, get these forms of identification, it's not going to pass. It's not. Because it's like a poll tax the federal government's implementing on states to make it more difficult to vote.
Yeah, exactly. And they could, say like if, they can add, they can put cuts for certain things if you don't take it, but then also incentives if you do in a certain way. Like, we're not going to give you money for all of these like election, security and all these various things that states need for elections if you don't allow for, these various systems to be put in place. I can definitely see that and say if you don't opt in, you basically get hurt. Realistically. Definitely see it going that way. And now we're going to be moving to the Israel aid cutting legislation, AIPAC money, and military integration, which every Republican that voted for that bill, treason.
Honestly,
absolute treason.
The thing is,
absolute treason.
That should be the end of their political careers
integrated with Israel.
Yeah,
like with a foreign government to have our military. I mean, we were so worried back in the 60s about the communists, and now here we are talking about integrating our own government, our own military government, our military system with another country. Like,
the craziest thing to me is like, what about the issue of sovereignty? So now our national military, our country's military, is now combined with another military. So where's the line drawn between America and not America? Yeah. Where's the American defense for armed forces and the non-American armed forces? Is Israel going to be allowing to use our? I remember I saw it was Netanyahu speaking, and it was a Fox News host, and they're like, well, you mentioned earlier that you don't want any more aid from America. Is it because you want to integrate the American armed forces into Israel? He's like, well, yes, that's exactly it, actually. He's like, I don't want this to be like an aid. I want it to be a partnership where we work together. And I'm like, dude, you just want everything the U.S. military has without having to ask for it anymore. That's literally what he wants. He wants the full power of the U.S. military without having to ask for billions of dollars every single year.
He does. He wants to like I forgot this even happened actually. Freaking Ro Khan got detained in Israel when he went over there.
Yeah.
Like he wants the power to do things like that. And Thomas Massey's amendment was pretty straightforward. To strip out $3.3 billion in annual military aid to Israel from the Department of State. But Hakeem Jeffries, he said that it was too overly broad. And I'm like, how broad is that? I mean, it's annual military aid. He said that it could cut into humanitarian aid and all those sorts of things. I'm like, it's just military aid they're trying to cut. Even Nancy Pelosi was for it. I'm sure she is. She was for it because she's now leaving. So she has really no, damage to take from it outside of, anything when she leaves the house. But it's like, why well, I know the hesitancy. He got like almost 150,000 from him last month, let alone Hakeem Jeffries, one of the biggest donations that they gave that month. And it's sad to see that our leaders will continuously fall for and continuously blindly walk towards Israel while not doing a damn thing for us. It's terrible. It's the worst thing to feel and know and see as an American, to see that our American leaders will do Israel's bidding but won't give us a leg up whatsoever. I mean, you have the president not even being able to sign the housing bill, and more so wanting housing prices to go up. Like it's the conundrum that we're in right now is it's just chaos across the board. Just chaos across the board.
Get the fuck off. String in your mouth and your new fucking toy. Fucking ridiculous. Tired of being a fucking babysitter, freaking fuck.
And gonna move to the last House GOP bill, focusing on the reconciliation package and immigration bill. House Republicans are racing to advance their third party line reconciliation package, currently eyed at around $80 billion. Leaders are trying to include a grant program that effectively advances pieces of the SAVE Act. This was that piece of legislation that we were mentioning that they passed that's going to be basically dead on arrival from the Republicans. So the Democrats aren't going to vote for it at all. So basically all of these legislative things that they're trying to do, if they're not done in a bipartisan manner or they have somewhat Trump attached to it, they're not going to go anywhere. So it's going to be not a lot done, I imagine. That's not party line throughout this administration.
Especially over the next the next few months is really all they have to try to get party line things in.
Yeah, no,
and
seriously.
You got to think Thune is basically almost permanently anti-Trump, like I said, unless it's actual conservative policy or something that benefits his constituents. And so that just makes it even harder for the Republicans to really get things through. I mean, you got the House is a lot more diluted, but then you got multiple people in the House too, namely Thomas Massey.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So it'll be
without a doubt. And it's only going to spread.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at what's happening with the Democrats with the Israeli anti-Israeli progressive movement. I think
100 of them voted for it. Yeah,
I think Republicans are going to go through something similar once Trump leaves office. They're going to go through like the progressive Republican.
They're a shedding, basically. They go through a shedding
the old age and bringing in new ideas.
Yeah, they'll have some young Republicans that are from the remnants and from the individuals that felt left behind from this MAGA movement. All for it in his first term, but now it's just a completely different beast that has nothing to do with making America great, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, America has not been made great again.
No, not at all. If anything, we've declined, and it's only going to continue to happen. And Yeah, and we'll be reporting on everything from then.